Alright, hey guys, it's Draco. I'm doing a, I don't know, like kind of like a get ready with me video. But, I'm getting ready to go out to the store and shit like that. So, I decided I would talk about, here, let me move the camera. Okay, so I decided I want to do a video on why black women should love themselves. So I'm gonna try not to swear so much in this video, just so if other younger, children of color want to watch this, they can. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, I just feel like as a child, like, I didn't really, like, I don't want to say I didn't love myself, because, like, I did, but at the same time, it's like, like when you, I don't know, for me, it's different, because I was in a white school growing up, so, like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's easier to get bullied for your skin color and shit like that. And then the little bit of black kids that was in my school, they weren't even like completely black. Not saying that has anything to do with it, but being that they weren't completely black or dark skinned, they thought it was easier to like mess with me and talk about my skin color, even though their mom's just black as I am. But that's none of my business. But yeah, no, seriously, I just like feel like it's not like a topic talked about a lot on like black women and like why we're so beautiful and why we should love ourselves. So I just kind of want to do a video on that, quick little video. It's not gonna be too long. I'm gonna just do my makeup. This is the makeup tutorial. I'm gonna just do my makeup and y'all gonna watch me while I talk about this. So if I get distracted, ignore that. My attention span's like a fucking bird. So yeah, my fan's been acting fucking weird. I don't know why the fuck it keeps doing that. So just if you hear that noise, it's literally just the fan. But yeah, so like my point is like growing up in a like mainly white school, it was kind of like it was like, I don't know, I don't want to say hard. It was just like frustrating, like when it came to being like, I guess, darker complexion or actual 100% black, because that's what I was saying. Most of the kids that are black in the school, they are either mixed or they're black but they're lighter skin, or they're just black, like they're African American. They're not like African descent, Jamaican descent, Haitian descent, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like it was easier for them to discriminate against like me and other darker people, even though I don't know, I felt like I was literally like one of the darkest females in my school. Like I really wasn't, but I was one of the like, I guess, like known darker females in my school. So it was just easier to get away with it because like I just kind of like stayed to myself. Like, but everybody knew me. Like I literally stayed to myself, but everybody fucking knew me. Like I wouldn't even like actually generally fuck with niggas. Just everybody, you know what I'm saying? I was just cool with everybody. But being that everybody was cool with me, they thought I was cool to like make little fucking jokes and shit like that. But bitch, I got jokes too now. But yeah, back then I didn't like care too much about the jokes because I'm like, it ain't shit I haven't heard, you know what I'm saying? And like in middle school and stuff like that, I didn't really care. I never really cared when people talked about me. But then sometimes when I did get in like my bag type shit, I would start feeling some type of way because it would be like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't feel like that all the time, but then it's like when I would get in a mood, I'd be like, damn, maybe I am like that. Damn, maybe I do look like that. But in reality, it's not the truth. It's because they had their own insecurities, or they were raised around people that raised them in such a way where, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted trying to do two things at once, but it was like they're raised around people that are used to thinking such a way about black people or darker complexion black people. Even with men, that's what people fail to realize. Like black men, darker complexion men get bullied all the fucking time. Like honestly, probably even worse. But yeah, let me just get my stuff out and then I'm gonna start talking. All right, so back to what I was saying about the dark men and the dark women thing. So with the dark men thing, it's like I feel like because men already as it is can't talk about much because it's like considered like being like, like sensitive and stuff like that. It's not really talked about. But definitely, black men or darker complexion men definitely get harassed from being darker as well. And like I was saying, with women too, it's it's a thing too, but obviously it's I don't know, I don't want to say it's worse for another race, but it's like I guess it can be more brutal for females only because we're more sensitive in a way. But like people fail to realize even light skinned people get bullied for their skin complexion. So, and you can't, like, if you want to comment on this and talk about, oh, black light skin this, oh, they don't, you know, it's not that serious for them and blah blah blah. It is, like, you know what I'm saying? They're especially mixed people, because it's like, I feel like if you're light skinned, and okay, I'm gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna get to the reasons why you should love yourself at the ending. I'm just giving like general background, but like light skinned people, like, what they fail to realize, or specifically mixed people, what they fail to realize is they're mixed races. So most of the time, one of the parents is either white and then one parent is black, okay? And sometimes what people don't realize is with the white parent, they could have privilege because their parents white, but sometimes you don't think about the fact of how their parents is treating them, being that they are black. So just because your child's black and you're white does not mean you're going to treat them good because, they're black. Sometimes, I don't want to make it seem like all white people do this, but sometimes, like, even white men, like, I'm talking about men and women, I'm not talking about just men, just women, but like white people, when they have mixed children, doesn't have to be specifically just black, but just mixed children in general, but I'm mainly talking about black. So, but yeah, when white people have children with mixed people, it's like sometimes they fetishize, I think that's the right word, they fetishize black children because you know what I'm saying, they either, I don't know, like, they imagine, how like on Facebook and stuff like that, people be like, oh, I want me a light-skinned child, and you don't see too much about people obsessing over black children and white children. It's like always the mixed or lighter complexion children. It's because they're fetishizing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I feel like if you don't know what fetishizing is, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. Okay, so pretty much, like, I'm gonna give an example. So like, say a white mom is like trying to have a mixed child and the child comes out darker or something like that, they could be like bullying the child, or like taking their, you know what I'm saying, because they're darker than expected. Even as black parents having, a child with a white person or a lighter complexion person, and they assume they're going to be a certain color, and then they come out black because, genetics. You can come out darker just because genetics, but people don't think about that. They just assume, oh, brown and white equals light, or just brown. But yeah, then it's like black parent, white parent, doesn't matter. When the child comes out darker, then it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying, they kind of start taking their insecurities out on them. Or like, for a black person, if it's a black person with a darker child, they take their insecurities out on them. If it's a white person with a mixed child or a darker child, it's like, I don't know, like, and scenario, I don't want to talk on behalf of white people. That's my thing. So like, from what I've seen, it's like they take their insecurities out because they remind them of the person that they were with previously, or it's like it's like they're not the way they expected to come out. So then they're disappointed. So they start getting mad and talking, making little petty jokes like, oh, you're dark and this and that. But meanwhile, it's just their insecurity they're trying to put on their child because of a, you know what I'm saying, they didn't come out the way they wanted them to, or their mistake of having the child with someone. I don't know, it's like complicated. Like, you'll probably understand what I'm saying, but I don't want to seem like, I don't want to talk on behalf of like other people, what that, you know what I'm saying, that I, when I haven't specifically experienced it. So, but yeah, I know, like, specifically with like light-skinned people and stuff like that, it's like people think just because they're light-skinned they have more privilege, and they definitely do. Light-skinned privilege exists 100%, but the thing is, they fail to realize with being light-skinned, it's kind of like people expect them to be a certain way. Like, just like when you're dark, people expect you to be ghetto loud. When you're light-skinned, people expect you to be all soft and sensitive and, you know what I'm saying, and cocky and stuck up, but that's not how it is. So, you know what I'm saying, it's messed up. Like, I think I'm gonna do a deeper video on this, but I'm gonna just get into pretty much why us black people should love ourselves, because it's confusing. Like, I'm gonna have to like go into like points on points on points, and I don't have that time. So I'm just gonna talk about why us black people should love ourselves, light, dark. You know what I'm saying? It does not matter. Sorry, there's a light on my screen, so I was like, what the hell? But yeah, like, yeah, it doesn't matter. We should all love ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm to the point where when I was younger, like, I used to be like all like insecure, but it wasn't like because I didn't love my skin. I love my skin, but it's like I said, when I would get in that bad mindset, then I would start thinking about the people that would bully me and be like, oh, you're dark and blah blah blah, and you're, you know what I'm saying, to start saying stupid shit like, oh, you're charcoal, you're dark as charcoal, even though I was never really that dark. That used to get me mad because I'm like, I'm really not. You guys are dragging it, you know what I'm saying? But like, my bad, someone came into my house. But like, yeah, just like, you know what I'm saying? It's an issue that needs to be worked on, but you can't really work on it because everybody is raised differently and XYZ. But like, I forgot what my point was. This is what I'm talking about. I get distracted so easily. But like, yeah, no, like when I was younger, I used to feel some type of way about being darker, but I didn't. It's not, I love myself, but it's just like people would like put stuff in my head like, oh, you're too dark to do this, and you're ugly because you're dark skinned and stuff like that. But meanwhile, I'm really not. And on top of that, it's like I wasn't even really that dark. It's just people's insecurities being put on me, even black people. Like, you know what I'm saying? It, like, yeah, it was a white school, blah blah blah, but like the black people would even come at me. They would be like a shade lighter than me and would be trying to come at me from my skin, talking about, oh, you're so dark, blah blah blah. Why? Because you're insecure about your skin color. Even people that are light skinned be insecure about being light skinned. Sometimes they wish they were darker, sometimes they wish they were even lighter, sometimes they wish they were white. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's all systematic thinking, making people think that way. But in reality, we're beautiful because, you know, white people talk about us, but they want our lips. White people talk about us, but they're getting their nose done. White people talk about us, but they want to get darker and get tan and have black kids and all this stuff. So my point is, we should love ourselves, because at the end of the day, all those shit that, you know, other races and our own races and stuff like that talk about, why we shouldn't love ourselves, is exactly why they're trying to be like us. They contradict what they're saying. So therefore, like I said, I'm gonna get deeper into this in another video, but my point is, love yourself regardless of skin color. It's all a way of trying to get black people, I feel like, to hate themselves more. You know what I'm saying? Because they already don't want black people around as it is. So I feel like white people put stuff into, you know, it's like systematic racism. But I don't want to say that, because at the same time, I'm talking about not just white people. But like, yeah, it's pretty much like systematic racism. It's like people want you to think a certain way about black people because their whole agenda is to, like, I guess, not have black people liked or loved. But meanwhile, they're trying to be like us, get darker like us, have lips like us, have butts like us. You know, like the African stereotype. You know, they usually say Africans are really skinny or really big black women, you know what I'm saying, with like curvy features. And like, meanwhile, they're talking about us black women being curvy and big and all that, but they're trying to get curvy and big like us. Meanwhile, they're talking about Africans being skinny and stuff like that, but they're trying to get skinny like us. They talk about how big our lips are, but they're trying to get lip injections, you know what I'm saying, all the extra shit. So, and once again with the skin, talk about how dark we are, but meanwhile they're trying to tan like us and get dark like us. But it's okay if you tan, and we should just accept the fact that you try and get darker like us, even though you just talk shit about how dark we are and how you don't like black people and blah blah blah. And or some people will straight up not like black people, but they want black children. That's what I was trying to get at earlier. You know what I'm saying? Or they like black people and they don't want black children. It's like all weird. I had to get deeper into this in another video. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Love yourself. Fuck everybody that talks about your skin color and your features and stuff like that, your big nose, your big lips, your eyes, all that. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And at the end of the day, they're trying to do exactly what they don't like about you. They're trying to be exactly what they don't like about you. Your hair especially. I'm starting to like get into the whole natural thing. Still kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely harder than the whole like skin thing. But that's just because like they put in your head that your hair is supposed to be a certain length, but meanwhile our hair is curly. It's supposed to be this short. You know what I'm saying? Because when you straighten it, it's not gonna be that short. But because they get in your head and they put all these like little ways of thinking in your head, it's like you think you're supposed to look a certain way, you think you're supposed to act a certain way. That's another thing. Fuck the whole ghetto shit. If, you know what I'm saying? If you're ghetto, you're ghetto. If you're not ghetto, you're not ghetto. There's no way to act fucking black. That's one thing I want to talk about in another video too. But yeah, like with the hair thing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's hair is different. You know what I'm saying? You could be African and have straight hair, wavy hair. You could be African and have the curliest, kinkiest hair. My hair, I'm like, my mom's African American, my dad's 100% African. My hair is mad fucking curly. Like, it will look like this length. My hair looks fucked up because I didn't brush or anything, but it'll look this length, and it will dead ass be like, what's he call it? Yeah, it will dead ass be like, you know what I'm saying, mad long. Like, it'll literally look this length. Like, when my hair was in a poof and all that, it would look this length, and then when I blow dry it out, it would literally go in a ponytail. You know what I'm saying? It's just that, it's that one-minded, closed-minded way of thinking everything has to be a certain way, and that people have to act a certain way, but you really don't. White, black, Chinese, Asian, Hispanic, it don't matter. You don't gotta act a certain way. You don't gotta look a certain way. People will always talk about your features that they don't like, but meanwhile, they're trying to do it. It doesn't matter. Black, white, it doesn't matter. This is like, you know, for the black people, but if you're white and you're watching this, still, it doesn't matter. Like, people are gonna want what you don't like about yourself. So just love yourself and then be yourself. People always talk about, oh, be yourself, blah, 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 but they're still trying to put on an image that they act a certain way. I never understood that. You know what I'm saying? I be myself now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, obviously in middle school and high school, it's hard to do that stuff because people, like I said, expect you to act a certain way and all that extra shit. And if you are in a white school, it's harder because then if you're too loud, then you're ghetto. If you're too quiet, then you're proper and don't act black. Like, that whole, oh, I act blacker than you bullshit is ignorance. Fuck. That is just straight up ignorance. Because how can you act a skin color? Like, I get what you're trying to say, but you know, you can't act you can't act the fucking skin color. No black person, no race acts a specific way, is my point. Why? Because I'm not fucking ignorant. Like, you know what I'm saying? People that you think how, I'm not ignorant like the black people you seen or you think they act, or the people you seen on TV you think I'm supposed to act the way. No, that's not it. Anyways, fuck these people. Be black. Love black, period. Just be yourself. Like, it's not hard. Like, once you start actually like being yourself, loving yourself, you'll like actually be comfortable in your skin. And yeah, I hate when they say like with the whole blonde hair thing, I just want to get in that. I don't wear blonde hair like that just because like I just don't like it like that. I know it look fire on me, but I just don't. That's one thing I'm not really into. Like, some blonde, yeah, but not all completely blonde. But one thing I want to say about that is, don't let people think just because you're wearing a blonde fucking wig or blonde fucking hair mean you're fucking trying to act white. That shit was so fucking stupid to me. That's another ignorant fucking comment. That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Because if it's blonde, you know black people can have blonde hair, right? And there's also albinos. And then on top of that, black people, we're black. Black people have the trait to literally look like anything. Any race, anyone, we literally have the trait to look like anything. When I was younger, like until like 6th grade, when I cut my hair off, my hair was literally fucking red. Like, I don't know why. I could have been from chemicals or something. It could have just been my natural hair color, but my dad said it was my natural hair color. So, because like my hair was brown like most elementary, and then it went back to red, and like in the summertime it would get red. It was weird, but it wouldn't be like red. It would be like almost like extremely dark burgundy. Like, I don't know, extremely dark red. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would look dark brown or black, but then when you look at it in light, it will look red. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why that is, but you know what I'm saying? My point is, regardless if that's just like a hair mess up or something like that, black people have whatever hair color, whatever, you know what I'm saying, skin tone. So black people even have freckles. So like, I hate when people say like you're supposed to look a certain way, because nobody's supposed to look a certain way. Black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, you're not supposed to look a certain way. Be your fucking self. Fuck these people. And actually, I'm not going to do the whole makeup thing because I just talked through it. And now I got to rush. But yeah, I'm going to do a whole video on this more in detail about it. But I just want to touch on that real quick because I feel like people don't love themselves the way they should, especially black women and black men. but meanwhile we're what everyone's trying to be. Oh, they don't want us at ghetto, but meanwhile they're listening to the rap music, trying to be ghetto with us. You see my point? So, fuck these people. Love yourself at the end of the day, because they still gonna talk their shit, and they're still gonna try and be like us.